While I've got everyone's attention, we need to talk about tier list, chat, because they've been coming back. They've been coming back in spectacular fashion. So we need to talk about tier lists. I blame Book. I don't know who I blame for this shit, but there have been a lot of tier lists that are popping up, and I've never been the biggest fan of tier lists. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, but 9 times out of 10 they're a tier list. And tier lists are like buttholes. Everybody has one, and a lot of shit comes out of them. I think let's start with knees. Let's start with knees tier list. Let's start with knees. Because we're gonna see a theme in these that I just can't understand. There's a theme in these that I can't understand. So knees top 5 right now is Lydia, Leroy, Geese, Akuma, and Fak. I hope this isn't ordered, by the way. I hope this isn't ordered. But first off, I agree, Geese, Akuma, Fak. Leroy may be top 10, but I agree those 3 at the very least are, it's not ordered, okay, are definitely top 5. Definitely top 5. I don't think you can argue. Leroy, top 10, top 15. Lydia as top 5 in the game, I don't understand. I don't know what's going on over in Asia. I don't. But they seem to really like Lydia or think she's super good right now. I've said before, tier lists are very opinion based. Like, for example, see it again in Japanese tier list. There was a point where they put Raven at like top 5, top 10 because Pinya was winning everything in Japan. So they're just like, yeah, Raven's fucking good, man. And they generally tend to tier whore in Japan. Japanese players have been some of the maddest tier whores in general for like almost all fighting games. Japanese players love to be tier whores. Season 1, Naroma literally played season 1 top tier. He played Jack, Dragunov, Devil Jin, Kazumi, Feng. Like, he literally played season 1 top tier. Chikarin, this guy played what? I can't remember when he started playing, but he started playing Jin, and he didn't stop playing Jin until Geese came out. Pekos played Tekken 6 Bob until Geese came out. Like, Japanese players have, but over there it's a bit more important. Like, being a pro player, like pro licenses and stuff, like being a pro player is a lot more viable. So you want to pick the top characters. But they also, one thing I've also noticed about Japanese tier lists, obviously needs Korean, but Japanese tier lists is they kind of pick their tier list based mainly on tournament results. So if a character's doing well, the character goes high. That's something I've normally seen. And then they also pick characters from tier lists, thus completing the cycle. But then top 10, Jin, Julia, Master Raven, Feng, Devil Jin. I think Feng is a weird top 10 pick. I think Feng is very good right now. I think it's a weird top 10 pick. Master Raven and Jin also top 10 is a bit weird for me. I think Jin is, well, I mean, Jin, Ni and Arsene can argue about this one because Arsene saying Jin is kind of whack. He has no lows except like down 4. But those two can argue. Mr. Santana, thank you for the 6 months of Prime Gaming subscription. You would get one of those. So thank you for dropping it on me.
Hello, B.
But yeah, Julia and Devil Jin. I would put Devil Jin in top 5. I think Devil Jin is way better than Lydia. Maybe better than Lima right now. I don't know. But yeah, Feng I think is weird. And then Zafina, Marduk, Bob, Paul, and Kunimitsu. Now I think Paul is a bit low. Marduk could be a bit low. Zafina, I mean, yeah. This to me, especially Kunimitsu as well. I think Kunimitsu is good. The thing is as well, also looking at a list like this in isolation is like, it's hard to think of what characters are being left off, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this to me is like, okay. It's obviously tournament tier, so first to 2 characters. So I think Kunimitsu is a good first to 2 character. I think Kunimitsu is very good. Kunimitsu can rob you in a first or 2. Especially with the tool she has, 222, back 2. She has some pretty good tools, especially in the first or 2 that can really rob you. So I can see that the more I think about that. So whatever. Zafina, Marduk, like, I feel like this is I feel like if I saw this list of top 15 characters and it wasn't in order, well, this isn't in order, but it's like top 5, then top 10, top 15, right? It's in 5 character blocks. I could agree with most of it. I think some characters are being left off. I'd probably put Kazuya in over maybe like Feng or like maybe Kunimitsu. I don't know, but I said Kunimitsu is pretty good. If I was gonna put Kazuya, he'd be 16 worst case scenario over here. But for the most part, sure, first or two, whatever, right? Whatever. This isn't that bad as they come. Rothwick, thank you for the follow. Actually, yeah, Law is a weird one to leave off as well, but I'm someone who's kind of fallen off Law as well, in my opinion. I feel like I said that sentence weird, but I feel like I've fallen off Law myself, especially because Law is like, I don't know why I don't feel like Law is that good anymore. I think Law is still very good. He has everything. The only thing he really lacks is like a very good approach tool. But other than that, I've fallen off Law myself. Steve is also a weird one to leave off. Yeah, he got a bunch of nerfs, but you still can't step the character. You still can't whiff punish the character. He still can play a very compact style and just poke you down and kill you. Best rage drive in the game. Steve is a weird one to leave off. I think Steve and Kazuya, they'll probably be, I feel like Nee would probably put Steve and Kazuya would be like slowly going back in as they went down. Quarring is nowhere. He stay online. Bro, this guy said he stay online. I get it. Why is it top 5? You need to watch tournament and play her. You know what? I need to start watching more tournaments over there and seeing what's going on with Lydia. Because here's the thing. Over here, we had Chicken Maru winning basically everything in ICFC. Steve top 20, okay. We had Chicken Maru winning everything with Lydia. Is that because Lydia is very good, or because Chicken Maru is very good? A bit of the two. Oh yeah, Brian's a weird one to leave off as well in this as well. Brian is very good. Like if I was gonna finish off the top 20, I'd put Steve, Brian, Kazuya, maybe some others. But yeah, I wish he elaborated. Yeah, I wish he elaborated more. I kind of wish he went in more on Lydia, but I do need to see what's going on with that. I know Book's been playing out there a lot. The character a lot. I think Gen has been playing the character a lot, so it'll be interesting to see. All right, now chat. Now this is the one where I am left scratching my head a lot. This tier list here has left me scratching my head a lot. There's a lot to dissect here, but also remember, tier lists are opinions. They are opinions. Like I hope no one has turned around and be like, yo, fuck ranked you for a shit opinion. I don't agree, because people will do that. But this is special to me. And start off with a stark contrast. Devilgen and Lydia, top 2. Do not agree. At all. I think Devilgen's top 5. Again, I need to see what's going, because the only similarity between Rangchu and Nice tiers at the top is Lydia. So I need to see what is going on in Korea and Japan that they are saying Lydia is so good right now. This one is ordered. Piss off. Okay, this leaves way more to unpack. So let me get my unpacking cap on. So I do not believe, like, okay, I think Lydia's good. I've said before, I think she's in a weird spot because of how anti-Lydia works. Arthur, thanks for following. Because of the way anti-Lydia works, I think she's in a very weird spot, which makes her have to commit a lot. I think a lot of the casts are pretty strong punishment, and the way they can interrupt her, very difficult. I think she can be very difficult, and some of her matchups are terrible. Leroy's a terrible matchup for Lydia. Kazuya is very bad for Lydia. Fak is very bad for Lydia. Akuma and Eliza are awful for Lydia. Absolutely awful. And in my opinion, what makes a good top tier character is being able to generally play very well against a lot of the cast. I think that's my opinion. So obviously Rangchu probably looks at it differently. Leroy, Geese, the A+ doesn't look terrible in my opinion. I think if you put Lydia and Devilgen back down with the A+, I'd be more on board. And by the way, so is this one ordered? 110% is this one ordered? Do we know that for sure? I arranged them in order of strength. Okay. I arranged them. Okay, then. Whew. All right. Jin is very high. Jin. All right. First off, Jin, Steve, and Leroy are not better than Akuma. Gonna have to put that one out there. And Kazuya probably a bit high. Julia's pretty low, but for the most part, A+ is all right. I don't like ordering tier list is very hard because there are some strengths of there are some strengths which are people just like sort of people value higher than others. Baron, thanks for follow. So I'll never agree on an order in a tier list ever. I think just put characters in certain tiers and it's all right, but whatever. I've said before, Raven is very high on Japanese tier list because of Pinya. I think it's weird as well that Ni had Raven in top 10 as well. And I don't know who's playing Raven in Korea. I know Go Attack plays Raven over there. I don't know many Korean Ravens. And then also you have Pinya in Japan, which is why Japanese players like, yo, fuck Raven. But yeah, I don't think Lydia is S tier. I think Lydia's good in a weird spot. I'll keep saying that, but I don't think she's S tier. But there's something these guys are seeing that I am not. Now the A tier. Oof. Like the thing is, I think Evo Online Japan. What was the grand? Was that Gen Chikarin? And I think was that a Lydia mirror match? I don't know. I can't remember. Now A tier, I have to go straight to my boy. Hwoarang is not that good. It was Lydia Jin, okay. And then okay, so this is the thing. Gen won that tournament. Japanese tier lists very highly regard placings. They very highly regard placings. So that's part of the reason for that as well. Down player, okay. Hwoarang is not better than King, Law, Zafina, Lee, Alyssa, Claudio, Asuka. Like Hwoarang isn't better than those characters. And Hwoarang should never be that close to Paul on any tier list. On any tier list, Hwoarang should never be that close to Paul. And I think Paul is pretty low. Brian, Bob, and Marduk, pretty good positioning. Ganryu is a weird one to place on tier lists because I think Ganryu's robbery. I think Ganryu's very strong. His downfall 2 is downright busted. And his low pokes, fucking hell. Windshield wiper at the wall, holy shit. He's very good. I think King is a bit low. Hwoarang isn't better than King. Needs to throw that one out. Law, I said before, Law is weird for me right now. He's in a weird spot. Dragon was pretty high. Negan's pretty high. Now Alyssa, this is the lowest I've ever seen Alyssa on a tip. Alyssa wasn't in Ni's top 15 as well, was he? Okay, why are these guys not rating Alyssa? What's going on over there? Alyssa is stupid. Kazumi's weird recently. I think my opinion on Kazumi is as long as she has her neutral tools, her jab, her down for 1, her down back 4, she can never be a bad character. I think as long as she has that, she can never be a bad character. Never. But I'm guessing she's not bad. I think Lee is a bit low. Armor King is whatever. But yeah, this one has me scratching my head for the main reason. Asuka is not bottom 2. Asuka Kazama is not a bottom 2 character in any way, shape, or form. Leo also isn't that bad. I don't know what makes them say Asuka is bottom tier. Rangchu's wife plays Asuka, so I like. Does he not play? Is he not player enough? Does he not see what the character's doing? I think one thing they say in Asia is they can react to most of her lows, like down back 3, down 1+2. They can react to a lot of lows. So what they sort of say is she doesn't have lows. I think so. I think that's one important, and so I think that's why they place her so low. And obviously a bad 10 frame punish, but Asuka is not that bad. I have to be completely honest. I don't think she is that bad. I think objectively she is not that bad. Also, she's not worse than Eddie, and neither is Leo. Eddie should replace both Leo and Asuka. They should move up just a little bit. And Jack's placing, I think Jack could probably go into B+. I don't think Jack is well. I think Gigas is pretty good this season. But yeah, there's just some weird things when you look at this list. Claudio is surprisingly low. I think Heihachi is pretty low. There are just some really good things. All the characters in A tier are better than Hwoarang. Hard disagree. Kunimitsu I'd have a debate about. Ling I'd have a debate about. Drag, I think Hwoarang's better than Drag. I think Hwoarang's better than Negan. Orang and Feng are competing for a spot. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all. Well, the show must go on. I'm gonna keep talking. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, like I said, it's weird. I think Claudio is a bit low, but I don't know who's really playing Claudio in Japan. So, it's weird as tier lists go. I think Eliza's very low as well, but I feel like EU has been the only region to rate Eliza for the most part. Everywhere else is just super low. Josie's in a weird spot, but yeah, in general, this is weird. This is a weird tier list. I think Asuka bottom 2 is strange. Leo's not that bad. Yeah, I don't think Leo needs to be that low, but as I mentioned the lows thing before, I think the same applies to Leo. They can react to a lot of her lows. So if you don't have lows, like, you can't open up an opponent for the most part. So, but yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah. My main thing for the tier list now I'm finding weird is the fact that Lydia is so high. Like, that is the common denominator between the two tier lists, right? Lydia. Lydia at the top for some reason. Obviously, this isn't ordered, but Lydia very high. Very high. I mean, shit. I don't get that. What about Lily? I think Lily is a bit better than that. I think. With her recent buffs, I don't know who's playing Lydia over there. The way they like to categorize characters, I don't know. But yeah, I think that's good. I think that's all I really have to say about this. At the end of the day, tier lists are opinions. No one is going to agree. There's never going to be the one tier list, especially for Tekken, where people rate strength. I mean, just look at this one, for example. Like, this one has Steve, Kazuya, and did Nice have Julian in top 15? But like Steve, Kazuya, Julius, already vastly different. The top is already vastly different than these. You know, no Steve. Feng is in top 10 here. Isn't I don't think top 15 in rank choose. And obviously these are two of the best players in the world. They're like, their opinions do hold weight, but yeah, it's a bit odd to say the least. It's a bit odd, but tier lists are like buttholes. Everyone has one. A lot of shit comes out of them. But yeah.